Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. I am live. Welcome back to my channel. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already and click the bell notification so that way you can be made aware when I upload videos. And let's go ahead and have a chat before we all go to bed. I know it's kind of early, but I don't have a lot to do and I'm tired, and I thought I'm going to come on here and chat with you guys for a little bit before I go to sleep. So, Legends Mommy, these four walls, and Frank, I just want to give you guys some words of encouragement and let y'all know, and Christy, and let you guys know how proud I am of you guys and that I know that y'all can do this. Hey, Crystal. I know how hard it is, you guys, and you're not alone. I just want you to know that. I put up a video, I recorded a video about my experience going down the rabbit hole of addiction and getting to that point where I would do anything for drugs. It's called I Sold My Soul for Dope. And it's the video right before this one. I know you guys want to be here for the live streams, and I know that I've just been going live without any warning. So, hey, Crystal, do you remember the schedule that I had written out? Because I want to start, sticking to a schedule, but I can't remember what I said. But I do know that if I'm going to go live in the evening, it'll be around 6:30 or 7. And if I go live during the day, it'll be at 11. So if you guys check around 11 or 7, I'll be here live. 11 in the morning Central or 7 in the evening Central. Monday through Friday. Now, I don't do a live every single night, but I do, for the most part, try to come on here and talk with you guys once or twice, maybe 3 times a week. I'll go live. I need to get my ring clean. Did y'all see? This is the ring that Neil proposed to me with. Did I show you guys? Do you see how it's flat like that? It's a bell-shaped ring, so that way it fits on my finger. Anyway, yeah, that's my wedding set. Pretty, huh? And then this is my labradorite ring I got on vacation, and I absolutely love it. And this promotes like stable mood and positivity, and it makes me feel good when I wear it. So yeah, I put up a story time about when I used to, get down and out and do what I had to do for dope. And I'm telling you guys, like, if you haven't gone down that far, be grateful, but also know that it can happen to anybody. You know what I mean? Like, none of us are immune to going down that far. None of us are immune to, thanks, girl. None of us are immune to, like getting that desperate. And what I think happens a lot is addiction wants us to think that we have control, or that we had control. And so what will happen is a lot of people will think, well, I never got that far, or I didn't let myself go down that far. And it's a miracle, because we never had the power of choice during our addiction. We were at the mercy of our disease. So I just wanted to come on here and shoot this shit with you guys before I go to bed. Look at this hair. So so Crystal, since you're here, let's go ahead and talk. Are you happy with the content I'm putting out? Is it keeping you invested in my channel? Is it getting your attention? Are you interested in the things that I upload, and do you like watching my videos? Do you know what I mean? Like, are they getting you excited? Do you get excited? Are you excited to do I need your sobriety date, Crystal, because I have to write it down on my calendar. I want to get you guys excited, you know what I mean, about staying sober and doing the next right thing. And that I want to inspire you guys to keep going. You know what I mean? And okay, good. That makes me happy. Okay, 331.14. Okay, I couldn't remember, but good deal. Okay. I want to be like a focal, I want to be a point of resource and support where you guys can come and know that you're going to get support, that you're going to have like a constant, and I'm going to be here, you know. I also want you guys to know that if you are looking for treatment or you need help and you want to go to detox or rehab, just message me and let me know what state you're in, if you have insurance or Medicaid or no insurance or no Medicaid, and I can help you get treatment. Just let me know what kind of treatment you need, because I have quite a few friends that work in the treatment industry, and I can just call them and say, hey, I actually have a guy who works for a really nice treatment center in Florida, and he even told me, like, if I have anybody that can't speak English, that only speaks Spanish, that he can speak Spanish. He's Hispanic. And I was like, oh, that's great, because I've been having this guy, Raul, texting me, and he doesn't know how to speak English, and I want to help him, but I don't know, how to speak Spanish, so it's so hard. Yeah, it's good. And the thing about it is, like for me and you, Crystal, like, I've been thinking about coming off Suboxone, and I've been thinking about how would I taper, and I almost think that it might be easier to go in and detox at a detox center for like 5 days. You know what I mean? So that way I wouldn't have to like do it on my own at the house. Do you know what I'm saying? If I ever decide to do that, like if I ever decide to come off Suboxone, I think that I'll do it like that, because it would just be so much easier. I could have comfort meds. They would watch me. They'd have my blood pressure, and they would keep me stable. You know what I'm saying? I'm so sorry, but I'm always like playing with my hair. Did you think that video I uploaded about the selling my soul to the devil, or to selling my soul for dope, was bad? It was torture when I got home. Oh, did you get sick when you got home afterward? Oh, shit. Did they not send you home with any kind of like medications or anything? Oh, stay right here, Crystal. Don't leave. I need to get a hold of Legends Mommy. She's been tripping, and I know that she wants to be here for the. Let's see if I can share this. Share. Hold on. Direct message. Oh. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. So I went ahead and sent out a link to some people that I thought might want to be here for the live stream, because it's just you and me, girl. So I called Sandra today, y'all, after that live stream this morning, and I talked to her, and she is just so funny. Me and her are a lot alike, I can already tell. Yeah, Legends Mommy, Samantha, right? Girl, where you been? I've been trying to call you. I left a message. You need to pick up the phone. When I call you, don't be ashamed, girl. It ain't no thing. It is not even a big deal, just so you know. Like, I don't care if when I call it does not matter. I just want to talk to you and get to know you a little bit, help you out a little. So, did you guys watch my story time? So, yeah, I put up a story time about incomprehensible demoralization and my experience, like, getting down to that point in my addiction. So I'm okay with being on it the rest of my life. Me too, girl. Me too, Crystal. I am too. Like, I'm getting to the point where, I'm going to try and lose some of this extra weight I gained. And then hopefully that'll all work out. And if that works out, then I'm going to stay on it too. You haven't watched it yet? Okay, I'm going to give you a brief lowdown on what it's about. Okay. Do you know how in the big book it talks about how we'll go to any lengths to get high when we're in our addiction? Like, we will basically sell our souls for dope. I know, I'm sorry. I'm going through terrible anxiety and withdrawals from tapering off clonazepam. Not by choice. My doctor just doesn't want me on it. Well, Sam, you know your doctor doesn't want you on it because he knows that you're drinking. And so he doesn't want you to die. If you could get that drinking, if you could stop drinking, then I bet you could stay on your clonazepam, you know? And I know, listen to me, do not be upset with me and do not feel like I am singling you out, because I'm not. But I'm telling you right now, girl, I mean, yep, it's because of, yeah. You deserve to be sober. You deserve to have a wonderful life. And I know that you're not happy. I know you're not happy doing this to yourself. I know that you're miserable, and you don't have to live like this anymore. Like, don't listen to me. That fear is the devil. Don't be afraid of getting help. Don't be afraid. You don't have to go to treatment for 30 days, but going into detox, like go to the hospital, the ER, and getting into a detox for like 4 or 5 days, that's it. And they can help you get off all that alcohol. And when you come out, you will be so much better off. And then you can start a program when you get out of detox and start going to meetings and get yourself a sponsor and hang out with some other people that are in recovery. And then, but you just need to get yourself a head start so you can get off the alcohol. Because right now, that alcohol, it's like you can't get off of it, because when you get off of it, you get ill. So that's why you need to go into a detox and have them help you get off of it. That way, when you get out of detox, you'll be like a new woman. When you wake up in the morning, you don't feel like shit. You won't be shaking. You won't be sick. You know, you won't be going through the DTs. Because right now, girl, you can't stop drinking if you wanted to. Because when you do, your body's so dependent on the alcohol that, you know, you're going to go through the horrible DTs, hallucinations, sweating, shaking, vomiting, throwing up, diarrhea. Oh, God, all kinds of horrible stuff. But you could go into a detox, like I said, for 4 or 5 days and get your system cleaned out, and you'd be so much better off. I don't think she's on anything like that. Crystal, she's drinking and then like cocaine. And so, but don't be embarrassed or ashamed. Like, there's nothing to be embarrassed of. I just don't want you to die, girl. And I'm telling you, it's like, I know it seems like overwhelming, but I promise you, hey Frank, I promise you, once you get out of there and you get all detoxed, you'll feel so much better. The thing is, after you get detoxed, you need to hit the ground running and get involved in some kind of program and be hella proactive. Because if you sit and you just have like those wandering hands, hey Christy, then you'll relapse. Haven't held down anything in 2 days. Sweating nuts, kicking under sheets. Oh, I've tried it. Yep, all of that happened. I said, hell no. I'm seeing, hearing things, sweating, and oh my God, scared the hell out of me. And that, okay, it's so good. You're hearing me. That's all I want you to do is hear what I'm saying. Because if I can help you to get to that point where you're going to take this next step, this is going to, once you take that next step and you go, all you got to do is go up to the ER and say, hey, I need to go into detox. I have an alcohol problem, you know, and they'll get you into detox and you'll go and you'll be fine. Like, once you get all that alcohol out of your system and you're not like, you'll be so much better off. Alcohol, I'm telling you what, it is a motherfucker. Because, like I said, we've talked about this before, you guys. Alcohol is so easy to get and it's legal and people don't look down on it, you know. Like, you can go out and be drunk and nobody's going to say anything. But if you're out, like, shooting dope, everybody thinks you're a junkie. You know what I mean? So, alcohol is so hard to get off of. And I just want to encourage you to, you know, take that next step. You deserve it, girl. You deserve it. You deserve it. So the reason I put your names in the title, because I wanted to encourage you guys, because I know y'all are going through it right now. And I just want to tell you that I'm here for you and that you're not alone. Oh, and if you're struggling right now, you guys, and you're going through like the withdrawal, or you're like Frank, you're going through the taper and all that, some really good podcasts to listen to. Frank, look up Young and Sober podcast on YouTube. It's all one word. Young and Sober podcast, just all ran together. He has like 5 episodes up on his podcast, and he's like 20, and it's like an hour-long podcast, and you can just listen to it while you're laying in bed. I think you'll really, really like it. And that can just help you pass the time as you're like trying to, kick this shit. Hey, Jordan, what's up, girl? So I saw that post about your dad. Did you ever get a hold of him? Like, what's your other video? Jordan, oh yeah, that's what I want to talk to you guys. So you guys saw my other video about, good deal about selling my soul for dope. And I mean, that's what I felt like I was doing, because I would get to this point whenever I was, needing dope so bad that I would do anything I could to get it, y'all. And I would use my body to do it. And when I was in my addiction, I was a little thing. I was skinny and and so after I did that with the first guy, who was like 600 pounds, y'all, it was like from that point forward, it was like I would get high to block that out. You know what I mean? And then if I had to do it again, I would just get high again afterward to block it out. But I had to do that like quite a few times, with drug dealers that I was friends with, because I wouldn't have any money, or I would run out. And I used to really let that affect me. Aw, that's awesome. I'm so glad y'all are talking to each other in the comments. That's good. That's what you need to do. Support each other. So, yeah, I guess, like, I don't want to get on here and share about that, but I had to share about it because it was like, I feel like a lot of people might have gone through the same thing, at least a lot of women. And guys, like, I have seen guys that were on dope that, they would get with another dude because they needed dope so bad, or they would, you know what I mean? And so I've seen it happen before with men too, but it's more common with women. And I just want you guys to know, like, if you have been through that, where you compromised yourself for drugs, then you're not alone. And I did the same thing, and I used to really be ashamed and embarrassed, and I didn't want anybody to know. But you know what? I'm free from that now, and God has delivered me from that. But I'm going to tell you, it's like the drugs, they meant more to me than my body, so I was like, fuck it, I'll do whatever I have to do to get them. Yeah. Right, done unspeakable things. Yeah, okay, so that makes me feel a lot better that you said that, Legend Sam, because it's like, it's not anything like I'm not proud of it, but it's like, I couldn't keep it a secret anymore, because I feel like it's such a huge part of what I did when I was in my addiction. And it just shows how much drugs had a hold of my life. Like, drugs meant more to me than I meant to myself. Do you know what I'm saying? And I would go to any length to get drugs. Like, there was nothing I wouldn't do for drugs, there was nothing I wouldn't do. And that's when I knew I was an addict a long time ago, but whenever I crossed over into doing that, and some people think, well, I wasn't a prostitute, you guys, because, well, I had a job and stuff. So, but when the time was convenient and I had to do that, I would. You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't have to go out on the corner, you know? I had people that were already there waiting, you know? Like the dealer. Hooking up with the dealer, you know? And it's the same thing, basically, you know? It's just trading sex for dope. And I know that a lot of women go through it, though, and that's why I wanted to share it with you guys, because I know a lot of us girls have been down there. You know, we've been there, and we don't, that's the thing, like, I want to show you guys that you don't have to be like that. You don't have to live like that anymore. And to not be afraid to go and take that leap of faith and get clean, you know? But I knew when I was good. Yeah, well, because it's like we're on autopilot and we just do what we have to do to get what we need to get. And there's no feelings. It's like we're disconnected from ourselves. Whenever I would be doing that, you guys, it would be like it was just my body, and my soul would step out of my body. And I would be sitting there watching my body do this. So you know what I mean? Because I was so disconnected, because I didn't want to be, you know, this guy was like, when I tell you guys, like 600 pounds. And I was just like, it took everything in my power to even just get it over with, you know? And after that, I was just so ashamed of myself. I was so embarrassed. I was crying. I left there and I almost died that night because I just went shooting. I would just shoot. It was just horrible. I would just sit there and do a whole bunch of cocaine, and when I would do cocaine, instead of snorting it, I would shoot it up, and it was just like, you guys, I'm going to tell you, next story time I do is going to be about this time I shot cocaine, and how y'all see the story time, but it was literally like I almost died, you know, like I almost had a heart attack. Like it almost blew my heart open. It was crazy, but that's the kind of shit that would happen. And I want y'all to know that you don't have to live like that anymore. And that if you want to change and you want to take that leap of faith, I can help you do that. You're being so damn awesome here. Yeah, I totally get it. And believe me, I get it. I'm telling you, it'd be like I would step outside of my body. It would almost be like I was watching my body do these things, you know, and I was not connected. But you guys are not alone. Like, getting treatment or going to detox might seem like it's horrible, you know? And that, yeah, everyone is so awesome. It might seem like everybody, like it's hard to go there, or it's scary, or it might seem like, oh, well, I'll be okay. I can do this on my own. But you know what? If you try to do this on your own, what if you can't? What if you try to do it on your own and you die? What if you say, oh, well, I'm going to wait till tomorrow, and then tomorrow never comes? You know, what will happen if tomorrow never comes? That's what happened for me. It was like tomorrow might not come. I might not make it till tomorrow. And I've been to so many treatment centers, you guys. I could walk it out. I could fucking do treatment backwards. That's how many times I've been in treatment. And I'm telling you, it's like going to summer camp. It's really easy, and it's just, we need it. It's like a period of time for you to dry out and get some, like, you know, sober time. Well, Frank, you aren't going. You need to sit your butt down where you're at and not leave. Because listen to me. If you go out and party tonight, you are going to set yourself back all the way to the beginning. And you could also go out and party tonight and die. You could also go out and get a bad batch of heroin and die. Frank, I know that you want more for your life. And I know that you know? No, do you know? Do you know that you deserve sobriety? Do you know that you are a handsome, smart, wonderful young man who has so much potential? Do you know that? Do you know that you have friends and relatives and loved ones who care about you and who want to see you do well in life? Do you know that? Do you know that? You know, sometimes we need other people to love us until we can love ourselves. We have to have other people love us until we can love ourselves. And if you don't love yourself yet, Frank, we'll love you until you can. But you have to open up to us and let us love you. You know, you don't need to be going to no damn party, though. You need to stay your ass right where you're at. I'm telling you, this is life and death, kiddo. This is life or death. And you can choose life, or you can walk your ass right on over to the death door, and we'll be planning your funeral. Because every friend of mine that chose that other way, you guys, most of my friends that chose to stay high are dead. All the people that I used to get high with, now they're either in prison or dead. Like, real talk. Or they're like back and forth in between treatment and then getting sober and then rehab sober, and they're kind of still trying to do it, but they're not like, you know, they're still doing the dance. I've lost so many friends to drug overdoses, you guys. Literally just lost a friend last week. Remember, Crystal, did you see about Gidget on Facebook? We just lost a girl in the recovery community last week. He'll say he drinks daily. When he does, I want to. And listen to me, Sam. Like, you got to stop with the... He's got to stop drinking if you're going to live. Because you're going to die. If you keep drinking, he might be able to drink because he's not an alcoholic. But he is going to... You're going to die. Because he can't control... Is drinking alcohol that important to him that he has to drink when he knows that you're struggling? That's the thing, you guys. Like, these people who y'all are with, who you're dating, who are still in their active addiction or who are tempting you to be in yours, do they really love you? Are they really there for you to take? I mean, think about it. Sorry, my face is itching for some reason. I feel like I got some allergies going on. It makes me, I'm like, ugh. Are these people, like, are these significant others, people that you see yourself spending the rest of your life with? Would they take a bullet for you? You know, like, or are you guys just coexisting together? Are you just barely making it? You know, are y'all just maintaining? Like, I'm telling you guys, I've been there. Every relationship I was in until I met Neil was just us getting high and using each other and maintaining. Sure, I cared about them. I loved them. But not, you guys, I'm telling you right now, somebody who loves you is not going to let you harm yourself. Somebody who cares about you is not going to want you getting high. Because that's not taking care of you. Loving yourself is not getting high. It's not getting drunk. But you're buying it. Sam, yeah. And so basically what he's doing is he is contributing to your death sentence. And someone who really loves you and cares about you is not going to want you to be doing that. For instance, me and Neil, we were in our active addiction together, okay? Leah, hey! Yes, toxic. And what happens is, if that relationship is truly just a toxic, codependency-filled addiction relationship, I promise you, if you try to get sober, they will bounce. They will bounce. He'll tell me about myself all day, but still does the same thing. My mom thinks he's... See, and that's the thing, Sam, like, the decision has to be made. when is Sam going to love Sam enough to make a change? You know, when is Sam going to hold herself higher to a higher standard? Girl, you are worth more. You do not deserve what you are down there in the slums. You are a princess. You deserve to be on a pedestal, not down there with the hood. You need to pull yourself up, wipe your nose, wipe your face, and get it together now. You deserve better. And that's the thing, you guys. All of you, Frank, Christy, Crystal, Bama Chick, you too, girl. We deserve better. We settle when we're in these toxic relationships with these druggy boyfriends. Because what? They enable us. They allow us to get high. They don't say anything. But a person who truly loves and cares about you will say it to your face and will tell you, I'm not going to sit here and watch you kill yourself. That's a true friend. That's somebody who really loves you. Not somebody who sits beside you and shoots you up. Okay? That's not love. It's not love. Me and Neil, we got sober together. We didn't want to live that life. When we were in our addiction, we would fight so bad because he would be, it was no fun, you know, and we were in our peak of our addictions together. And I thought, I really love him and I don't want him to die. And I would cry and then he would cry. It was hard, you guys, because it was like a more than just us being high together and using drugs. Like, we had love. We had true love, you know, and that's what's carried us into our relationship now. And that's, you know, how I stay sober is because I care about him. And that's why I hold him accountable. And I tell him, you know what? You're going to do this. And if you don't, I'm not going to stick around to watch you die. You know what I'm saying, you guys? And that's the thing, because Sam, what we have to do is we have to drink ourselves into blackouts to do those things. Because sober Sam wouldn't be doing that shit. Sober Sam would have a job and be going to work and have her own car, maybe even her own apartment. Sober Sam wouldn't settle, you know, but fucked up Sam and fucked up Nicole, we settle, you know, because we don't think we deserve better. And that's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, we have to start holding ourselves to a higher standard because we do deserve better. Why are we settling? Why are we settling for all of that, you know? Because Sam, he probably can't grab the bottle out of your hand. You know, I was dying. Yes, Christy. So, Christy is starting to 11/11 today on her sober journey, you guys, and she said it the best. Like just there, she's 47. She's been doing this her whole entire life, and she wants more for her life. And that's the thing, you guys. We have to want more for ourselves. Stop settling. And let's want more for ourselves. We have to do this together. I want more for myself, you guys. I don't want to live like that, you know. I want to have my son. I want to have my family. I love my life today. I love having you guys. I love helping y'all. And that's the thing, like, when I was in my addiction, I didn't think I could do any better. I didn't want better for myself. Do you understand? Because I was brainwashed into thinking that I was not worthy and I was worthless and I was a piece of shit. But that's that addiction, you guys. That's that low self-esteem. And that's all because of addiction. And Sam, the reason your man can't take that bottle out of your hand is because he wants the bottle too. So neither one of you can see. But you're going to have to be the one who steps away and says, I got to get my life right. And if you want to be in my life, you'll get your life right too. Do you understand what I'm saying? Maybe he needs incentive. Maybe he doesn't think he can do any better. Maybe he thinks that he has to have alcohol to be cool. Maybe he thinks that this is all life is meant to be. And that's the thing, you guys. We think when we're out there and we're drinking and we're getting high, we think we're just living the life. Oh, we're just partying. You guys, that's like not Life is about experiencing connections and relationships and real friendships, and drugs and alcohol prevent you from any kind of connection or any kind of real loving relationship with anybody, because the only thing you care about is that substance. That's the only relationship you have, is with that drug or that bottle. When you guys have got to make choices, you know, I know each one of you that are in a relationship with somebody who's drinking and using, and it's time to stop and to put your foot down and make a choice for better for you. Okay? You deserve better. You are already an addict. You're already an alcoholic. You don't need to have to be babysitting another addict. Okay? You need to get strong for yourself first before you take on any other relationships. And that's the thing, like, I used to say that I was confident because I have a big mouth. So I thought because I was outgoing and I liked to talk, that meant I was confident. Farthest thing from the truth. I am so insecure. I am so afraid. I'm so unsure of myself. And I finally got honest with myself, and and now I know. And since I have accepted that, I can work on building myself up and building my self-esteem. You know what I mean? Because Leah, listen, I'm telling you, like, I thought that because I was outgoing and a loudmouth, that meant confidence. But that's not what it means. Confidence comes from within. Confidence is strength and loving myself for everything. My weight, my face, my skin. But that's not how I feel. But I thought because I was loud and outgoing that I was confident. But all it was a huge distraction and a huge defense mechanism to keep other people from realizing that I really wasn't sure about myself. You know, and it's hard to say that, you know, because for so many years, like, I would think that I was stronger than what I was, or that I felt good about myself, until I realized that I didn't. I hated myself, because what sane person shoots up cocaine and has sex with her 600-pound drug dealer because she doesn't have any money and needs more? Like, no person who loves themselves does that. And everybody else could see it. You know, everybody else could see that I didn't love myself, and that I was hopeless, you know, that I was insecure and fearful, except for me. But the longer that I stay sober and, like, work on building my self-esteem and because the way you build self-esteem, you guys, is by doing the right thing. By doing esteemable acts, like going to your job and clocking in on time and doing a good job. Like, that's one of the best ways for me to build self-esteem and character, is through my work, because I love showing that I can do a good job and that I'm a dependable, good worker. And that's helped me a lot in my life, especially now that I'm sober, because my boss the other day, she was like, I can depend on you. And that she doesn't even realize how much that means to me, because I need that. I don't know why that I was born with low self-esteem or low self-worth, because my parents, they loved me and they took good care of me, you know. But I just came out of the womb second guessing myself, you know. Oh, I love you guys. And that's the thing, like, y'all are beautiful too. And that's what we have to realize is that we are all special, you know? I know that's right, girl. Whenever I had ruined so many jobs because of my addiction, you know, and getting high and going to my job and getting fired, you know? And I'm so grateful for my job today. But I'm telling you right now, you guys, if you're struggling with self-love and you're struggling with self-esteem and you're struggling with low self-worth, like, doing the right thing. And what I mean by that is not committing crimes, working a job, making your bed when you wake up in the morning, keeping your car clean, putting gas in it, just little things like that. By doing the right thing every day, it builds it up. Also, by just practicing and realizing that, like, hey, I'm worth it. I deserve a good life. Like, and sometimes I have to look myself in the mirror and I'm like, Nicole, you deserve this. You've worked hard. You deserve to have a good life. You don't have to settle anymore. And I have to keep on telling myself that, you know what I mean? You guys, I feel so blessed to have you guys from my YouTube channel. And I feel so blessed to have my husband. I love him so much. And I never thought I could get a man who loves me like he does and who has an education and who had his own vehicle. And you know what I mean? Like, I would always get these guys that I had to fix that didn't have any cars or any, just, you know what I mean? And when I met Neil, he like was Prince Charming. I never thought I could get a guy like that. And he showed me what it's like to be treated good and loved no matter what, through sickness and in health, you know? But you guys deserve everything I have and more. And that's what we have to do. We have to start letting ourselves have these things. And listen, Sam, you got to stop hating yourself. You need to put that hatred and that self-pity towards pulling your ass out of this funk and getting off this alcohol, girl. That's what you have to do. Instead of don't hate yourself. No, don't do it. You know why? Waste of time. What is that going to do? Use that hatred as motivation. Use all the shit that you've done in your addiction as motivation to move forward. Use all those dudes. Use all those drug dealers. Use all those bottles that you've ever drank and thrown everywhere and wrecked cars and lost jobs. Use all that shit as motivation to fucking kick ass and take names and get your life back. That's what you got to do. You got to buckle down and use that shit as motivation. Okay? Fuck everybody. Fuck motherfuckers in the drug game. Fuck alcohol. You got to start looking out for you, and you got to use that old shit as motivation to have a new life. Okay? That's what we got to do. We will beat ourselves up we could all sit here all day long and cry about how our lives were when we were in our addictions. I could tell you guys so many stories your heads would spin. Y'all know the deal. But what am I doing when I get off here? I'm using those experiences to help other people like you, and I'm using those experiences to motivate me. To not go back out. And Frank, you know why the dope man's texting you right now? Because that is what happens when you are trying to do the right thing. Okay? The devil is a lie, and he will come against you when you're trying to prosper. And you know what you got to do? You got to get that shield up, and you got to get ready to fight. Because right now, you are on the front fucking lines of a war. And either you're going to give up and you're going to go out there and get high, or you're going to get your fucking shield up, you're going to get your sword, you're going to get your gun, and you're going to call for backup. Don't forget to call for backup. And you are going to fight for your life. Do not wave that white towel. Do not give in to your addiction. Do you understand me? Because this is your life you're fighting for. You know what I mean? For so many times, I thought, oh, just tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll get sober. So many times I thought, oh, it won't be this bad. I'll be okay. I can get back on track. And so many times I lost everything. You guys, you don't have to go through this, okay? Frank, I'm telling you right now, you don't have to do this. You need to block that fucker's number. Better yet, you need to change your cell phone number. You need to change your cell phone number. I changed my number when I got clean. You know why? Because the motherfuckers were still calling me. If you know what they say? They say, you don't have to change. You only have to change one thing, you guys. And you know what that is? Everything. Change your phone number. Take all the numbers out and do a clean wipe. Start over fresh. You can get new numbers. You don't need those numbers. Why are you hanging on to them? Do you have a reservation? Do you still want to get high? Because if you still want to get high, you know what to do. But I'm telling you, if you don't want to get high, make the change. It's hard, you guys. It's hard because whenever you are trying to do the right thing, that's when you're going to run into your dope man, or that's when your car will break down, or that's when you'll have a fight with your significant other. And that's what, you know what that is? That's addiction testing you. You got to learn coping skills. You got to learn how to deal with those life situations instead of getting dope and learning and coping with it that way. That's what we did in our addiction. We coped with life, with drugs. Now we got to cope for real, for real. So instead of coping with dope, get yourself, board yourself up in your room while you're going through the detox. I don't care if you got to get handcuffs and handcuff yourself to the damn bed. Don't do it. I'm telling you right now, if I only knew what I know now back then, maybe it would have saved me. If only there was people on the internet making videos like this when I was in my addiction, maybe I would have seen something. Maybe I would have heard something. Maybe somebody would have said something so I wouldn't have to do all that shit. You know? That is why I tell you guys about sleeping with 600-pound men, stealing stuff from the store, being homeless, taking shits in holes outside because I didn't have any running water in my trailer. I tell you guys about this stuff because maybe you guys will hear something and it will click and you'll say, I don't want to live like that anymore. Hey, Jason, that's why and then listen, I'm telling you guys, like, there's nothing good about getting on the internet and telling people about your shortcomings and your character defects and all the horrible things you did in your life. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people troll me. I even have this person stalking me and messaging me every morning, horrible messages. But I'm telling you right now, it's helping other people is what it's all about. And that's what helps me stay sober. So when I get on here and talk to you guys about this kind of stuff, it's not because of anything else, but it's helping me stay sober. And it's giving me relief. Y'all are helping me stay sober. I need to get this shit out off my chest. I beat myself up long enough. You know what I mean? I kicked myself in the ass for 10 years because I fucking couldn't get my ass together. And now I don't want to die. And I don't want other people to have to die. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, you guys. Like, When you get to that point in your addiction where you're just like, you'll do anything you can to get your next hit or your next pill. It's like the most helpless feeling in the world to know that you can't function and that you'll do anything for the next one. And the incomprehensible demoralization is the most stomach pitting, like your heart goes down in your stomach, and then, you know, when you're going down a roller coaster and your stomach goes like that, that's how it feels. That's how it feels. And then seeing your family have to go through it, and knowing that I'm better than this, knowing that I was raised right, knowing that I have potential, because I know what I'm capable of, because I was a hustler out there in them streets. So I know now that I'm sober that I can accomplish anything. Anything I put my mind to, I know I can do it. Because when I was on dope, I could do anything then. So I could just imagine what I can do now. And that's the same for you guys. We have to use our self-hatred. We have to use our manipulation, con artist skills. We have to use this hatred that we feel in our hearts for ourselves because we were getting high and doing stuff behind our parents' backs and hurting our friends. We have to use that as motivation. So instead of tucking your tail and crawling in a hole and dying, get up, wipe your face, dust yourself off, and use that shit as motivation. Okay? That's what we got to do. Because if we just... I'm not the type to tap out. I'm going to go round for round till the last, and I'm not going to go down. That's what you have to do when you're fighting your addiction. It's like rounds of boxing, and you can't be tapping out, falling down on the ground. You got to get back up, because this is your life, and either you're going to fight for your life, or you're just going to give up and say, you know what? And I can't be around for that. I don't want to sit around and watch you guys tap out on life and just give up. So if you're in it to fight for your life and you're here to help me stay sober, help be accountability partners with me, help me help others with their recovery, then I need to know that y'all are in this for the real deal. It's time to make a decision, guys. It's time to make a decision. And that's what every person has to get to this point, where it's that decision-making time. Either you're going to decide to go and stay high and go out and keep on kicking it and killing yourself, or you're going to make a decision to make a change. Okay? You don't have to answer right now. You don't have to make the decision here on this video. But I want you to sleep on it tonight and think about this right now. It's decision-making time. Are you going to fight for your life? Are you going to get in on this fight? Or are you going to sit on the sidelines? There's no sidelines over here. There's no bench for people to sit out, take timeouts. This is real life, and we got to fight. So, I'm fighting. Jason's lacing his gloves up. That's the thing, guys. Like, I'm serious. That's what I'm talking about. For so long, I wouldn't fight. I would just give up. And I had no, I couldn't see that I had all this life ahead of me. I couldn't see that I had people that loved me, just like you guys do. You have people that love you, but most of all, you have to start loving yourself. You have to fight for you. Nobody else can do it. Nobody else can fight for you. I can sit here and I can make videos day after day after day after day. But if you don't fight for yourself, I will be going to your funeral. I gotta go. I'm a wreck. I just want you guys to know that it's so important that you get in on this and that you start fighting for your life. Like, this is not a game anymore, you know. Addiction, it's not like it used to be, okay? All it takes is one time, Sam, for you to get some dope with fentanyl in it, and you're dead. So, get in on this with me, and let's fight together. And I love you guys, and I'm here for you. And no matter what, if you're struggling, don't be ashamed. There is no shame in struggling. You know where there's shame at? There's shame in hiding out. There's shame in isolation. There's shame in not speaking up. It takes courage to speak up and reach out for help. And if you do, it'll be the best thing you ever did. I promise you. It will change your life. I just get really into what I'm talking about, you guys, because my life is changed now because I'm not shooting dope. You know, I shot dope every day for years. My battery's low. My life is it's a whole new level of wonderful. And yeah, I have bad days, you guys, but nothing compared to like what it was when I was shooting dope. Now I'm free. I love you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow.